Hey everyone! So today we're gonna be rolling on with our Planets and Houses series. We're gonna be discussing Jupiter in the eighth house and what happens when you have Jupiter in your eighth house in your birth chart. And this is same for if you're retrograde. It's still in a certain sign. It's still when a planet is retrograde, like if it's 25 degrees retrograde, just look at it as being at 25 degrees and that sign. Okay. The only time it affects is when that same planet is retrograde in that particular year or months. That's the only time a retrograde person needs to worry about the retrograde planet, because then it just makes you go back and learn the lessons over and over until you actually master them. So it's kind of good. It's a good thing in a way. So what is eighth house? Eighth house is sudden events, like sudden change in life, like accidents, sudden surgery, winning a lottery suddenly. You suddenly get the job that you never thought you were going to get. You suddenly get a call from your long lost brother or long lost mom and dad. You suddenly fall sick out of nowhere. So, eighth house is just sudden events. And this is why it's known as one of the malefic houses, because you are not in control of that house. You do not know what's going to happen. This house, you don't know what it's going to reveal to you, because it's a house of secrets. It holds secrets. Okay? And it's the house that you hold your own secrets in. And it's a house of your in-laws, like how your relationship with your in-laws is going to be. Will you have in-laws in this life? It also represents joint assets with after marriage with your wife. Obviously, as I said, it's secrecy, and also it's occult science. It's a house of taxes for government. So tax evasion, somebody who's scamming the government through taxes is seen from this placement. Okay. So Jupiter comes in here. And Jupiter is wisdom, Jupiter is philosophy, Jupiter is religion, Jupiter is knowledge, Jupiter is expansion of things in life, wherever he sits, whatever it controls. Jupiter is husband in a woman's chart. Jupiter is overall prosperity, your optimism. Okay. So here when Jupiter comes, first of all, for a female, since Jupiter represents her husband, you will meet your husband in a very secretive place. You will have a very private relationship with your husband. You guys might meet behind anybody's back. You will not even tell your friends that, oh, I have a boyfriend, I'm dating now. You will take your long time before you finally reveal to people, this is my boyfriend, or this is my fiance, this is my husband. I'm going to marry this person. So relationship is very secretive. Meetings are very secretive. Relationship in marriage becomes quite secretive. You guys, your husband most likely, or a wife, even wife in this case, but more so husband, since it's regarding females, chart, is that your husband will have secret assets that you may not know about, and he'll reveal to you maybe after marriage, or you'll suddenly find out. See the word I'm using, suddenly. Like a bank statement might come, you'll accidentally open it, hey, it's your husband, and you see, oh my God, what? $350,000 in the Cayman Islands? Oh my God, you must be related to Mitt Romney. So things like that happen, with the eighth house. Sudden events, meaning that suddenly you're getting divorced. Suddenly he's just leaving you. Can seen from this in a marriage. Okay. Or sudden marriage. Like 1 minute you're single, the next week, you suddenly, like in some weird circumstances, you're ending up getting married. Here, however, Jupiter, especially for a female, makes her very sexual. Because with Jupiter's expansion, eighth house represents secret affairs, secret sexual activities. Because as sexual activities happen behind the world's eyes, behind the veil, where the world cannot see, unless you're a porn star. Okay? And that has its own combination, where the world can see your sexual activity. But here, a woman is very sexual with this placement. The husband of the native may be kind of overweight, and also your husband will be a spendthrift. He will love to donate a lot of things. You yourself, and if you're a male or female both, guys would be charitable, and you guys will waste away your wealth in cultural rituals, in religious activities. Why? Because from 8th house, Jupiter looks at the 12th house of losses of charitable deeds. However, in the 8th house, gives you a lot of interest in occult science, gives you a lot of interest in learning the secret knowledge. Again, the keyword knowledge, the secret knowledge of the world. So when you have your David Icke's, your Jordan Maxwell's, your William Cooper's, your astrologers, your mystics, this is a great place to learn that knowledge. Okay. This also provides you a gift from God, I guess you can say, of an access to a new dimension, access to a portal that now nobody else can see. And this is, again, it's just something that you guys are able to do. You guys are able to see this. You guys have the sixth sense, because Jupiter is, again, it's blessings from the skies. Wherever Jupiter sits, you may have some sort of a blessing there in those houses, or a curse, either way you want to look at it. So if Jupiter is in a good position, not debilitated, you can actually access the other side that people just don't even know it exists. You guys are able to tap into other dimensions. You guys are able to not just tap into it, but actually have a conversation with beings of other dimensions. So this is why a very strong psychic can be seen from this. Like a person who claims to be a psychic and has this position, Jupiter in the 8th house, you can bet that this is a real psychic. This person has gone through stuff in their life where suddenly they have this access to other dimensional knowledge. Okay, the joint assets with your husband or wife will be secretive, but will be a lot. Like people will not really realize how much assets you guys may have together. Now, if it's debilitated, then of course your assets with you, since you have the Jupiter debilitated, your husband or your wife will hide their assets from you, or you will not be able to get the access to those assets from husband and wife. The wife may suddenly leave you, or your husband definitely can suddenly leave you, want to get a sudden divorce. And the best remedy for this placement is, if you do not want to get a divorce, there's no gemstones, no throwing water things in the river, nothing like that, okay? The most realistic, practical remedy for this is marry your husband or wife twice. You get married once legally, then after 2 years or a year, have the exact same ceremony, no matter what religion you are. Have the exact same ceremony, maybe have your parents or just a couple of friends there, but have that thing again. So that, and in this especially, it's kind of a significator of two marriages. So you can get married twice with the same person, and it cancels that out. Because you got married to a new person, have a new document, sign another document. If you cannot legally get a new document, write your own document, sign it with your husband or wife, and have a second marriage. So since Jupiter is looking at the 12th house, and also Jupiter in the 8th house can also give you knowledge of medicine, can give you knowledge of healing people. Again, you could be a doctor, you could be a farm tech, you could be an Ayurvedic doctor, or you could just be some gifted healer by God, like the John of God. I guess in Colombia or Brazil, where he's just healing people just by touching them. So you have the healing ability in you. But from the 8th house, Jupiter looks at the 12th house. And when he looks at the 12th house, again, wasteful spending. You will like to give your energy. Now, not just wasteful spending, but 12th house is just whatever energy you give away in charity. So these guys do a lot of social work. These guys can help people out, waste their own energy by helping someone else. So you should watch out, like not spend too much money on rituals. Like you will get into situations where a head of a church or head of a temple will come to you that, hey, can you do this great deed? I'm organizing this, and you will do that. But the thing is, you will keep running into these situations where you're just forced to give away your wealth in rituals, and your spouse may not like that. That, hey, we need to save money, and they're not wrong. So control your spending towards ritualistic deeds. Here on the 8th house, you can definitely go, you can be in an export-import business in a foreign, with a foreign land. You can do foreign trade. You can definitely become a knowledgeable spy for your country. And Jupiter's knowledge. So you gather secret knowledge and you retain it. So it can show somebody who can be a spy, for a government. Because 12th house represents foreign lands, 8th house secrecy, Jupiter's knowledge. So you're retaining secret knowledge in foreign lands. So it can mean a lot of things. I'm just giving you one example as a spy, but you can also travel to foreign lands to teach, to teach people a knowledge about a wisdom that is not known in the world. So every spiritual guru that comes, from India, from Europe, from everywhere, like Wayne Dyer goes to other countries and he gives lectures and give this, that's what it represents, Jupiter in the 8th house. Then Jupiter looks at the 2nd house of assets. And here, actually, Jupiter is very good in helping you save money, your own money. Okay. Now, if it's debilitated, then your money, your own savings, not just your joint assets, your own savings will suddenly be taken away. You can suddenly have to pay the government in taxes with this kind of alignment. Okay. And if your Jupiter is not well placed, sudden changes in your family life, meaning that you can suddenly get into fight with your family. You can suddenly leave your home. Okay. And since Jupiter is looking at the 4th house with its 9th aspect, these people tend to change their home a lot, especially if Jupiter is debilitated or sitting with an enemy or sitting in an criminal sign. It makes people move a lot in their lifetime. But it gives you a good education. You have an ability to retain information, and you retain information for your own good. Okay. Now, as Jupiter is excelled, then you will stick with your parents, with your family for a long time. You'll be very respectable. You will be very religious. You will not have if Jupiter is excelled, here's the thing. You may not be so inclined towards these esoteric knowledge. You will be more of a very, very disciplined, very, what is this word I'm looking for? You'll just be a very obedient person regarding following the right rituals and your culture settings. Okay. And whatever your guru tells you, your teachers tells you, your father tells you, listen to it. However, when Jupiter is in the 8th house as the ascendant lord, can give you a very weak physique. You will always be kind of sick. You will always, if your ascendant as a Sagittarius is in the 8th house, and even though it's excelled, still it can give you like eye problems. Because Jupiter isn't looking at the 12th house and 2nd house of eyes, left and right eye. 12th house is the left eye, 2nd house is the right eye. So if Jupiter is in the 8th house, you can suddenly, at any point in your life can have glasses. You may have glasses all throughout your life with this placement. And when it looks at the 4th house of mother's nourishment, there may be a lack thereof nourishment. Now, if Jupiter is excelled, mother will be involved with you. She will nourish you. And you will gain a lot of knowledge through your mother. Okay? So this is what Jupiter does in this paradigm of the 8th house. So guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe above because you're going to be finding out about this stuff. And if you want to know where your Jupiter is placed on your other planets, check out my link below. Check out my book there, Astrology at the Speed of Light. And you will learn a whole lot more besides your Jupiter's placement in this book. And once you get the book, I will send you the link to look at your own chart. Just make sure you follow the directions below at the link. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.